I'm Lee Spencer with RacinBoys.com, and I'm here with Kyle Busch. Kyle, just talk a little bit about your year.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great year. Many would look at it as a very successful year, which we do as well. I mean, winning 8 races and winning the Coke 600, checking off the list of another big race, winning at all the racetracks, things like that can make it certainly successful. But at the end of the day, you know, you come to the awards ceremony and you're celebrating somebody else being the champion, and you know, the end of the year awards also, none of those were mine with the amount of success that we had and laps we led, poles we had, races we won. Just none of it means anything, you know. So focused now on 2019, I guess, move forward.
You felt a little bit puny going into Homestead, but you know, being the championship caliber driver you are and a former champion, you know how to get up for something like that. But did you just feel like the team just kind of missed it at Homestead this season?
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like we did miss it at Homestead. It wasn't any of the team's fault or anything like that. I think when it all boils down to it, you know, our sim programs and everything else can tell us whatever it wants to tell us, but in all reality, I'm the most expensive sim tool we got as an organization. So I should have been able to do a better job of describing or talking about or figuring out where the heck we were, what was going on, and we just could never push the right button. You know, we talked about the same issues all weekend long from when we unloaded. We just never pushed the right button on being able to fix our race car and make it better. So that was certainly challenging, frustrating. Adam and I take all the credit for all of that, you know, and obviously I think the pit crew, they rely a lot on us and how we're running and how well of a job they do on pit road. It's kind of weird. When we run really good, they're really good. They're spot on. And when we're kind of off a little bit, it kind of throws them off a little bit. Like everybody knows, and that's kind of how it rolls.
What are your thoughts of Martin Truex coming over there? You told me back in back in July, rather, that you two really spent a lot of time talking, sharing notes and whatever, and you felt that he helped elevate the program, even, you know, being a satellite at that point. What do you think he's going to do once he's underneath the roof?
I'm looking forward to it. I think it was very important for us to get Martin and to get Cole, both of those as a group, because they're very good at what they do. They do a really good job of preparing and setting up really fast race cars and getting the most out of those as well, even from the satellite location. So I feel like that'll just strengthen our program, bringing them in-house. Kind of reminds me of a couple years ago when we had Matt and Carl. You know, now this strengthens us back up again. You know, no offense to Daniel, but it just wasn't quite going the way we needed it to go, and results weren't quite getting there. So, you know, you look at it as you look at your team is only as strong as its weakest link. And, you know, so right now, Eric Jones next year is going to be in that position of figuring out what's going to happen with those guys and having them kind of step up to be able to help the rest of us.
Do you have to have 4 A-level drivers to be able to compete against Stewart Haas Racing and, you know, Hendrick Motorsports and Team Penske on a weekly basis? Yeah,
I mean, I think so, with especially Stewart Haas Racing. You look at them, and they've got they had this year 4 really experienced drivers that brought a lot to the table. Eric, obviously, being the weakest link there, just with his past success, really stepped up to the plate and performed very well for them and their team. And so I think that you kind of got to look at that as what Joe Gibbs Racing was a couple years ago. We were the strongest team. Even when Hendrick Motorsports had Jeff and Jimmy and Dale and whoever else was over there, I can't remember, I think they were weaker than what we were when we had Carl and Matt. So we're kind of getting back into that direction and strengthening our team again and trying to become the best organization.
And Kyle Busch Motorsports, do you have your lineup all set now for 2019?
Well, we've got Todd and Harrison, who are going to be full-time competitors, and then the driver of the week truck. We'll have me in it. It'll have Brandon Jones in it. It'll have you know, some other young drivers in it that we're not quite done yet. But like Eckes was there this year. He'll come back for a few next year, and possibly another young driver.
Really appreciate your time today. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you.